No, you did it perfectly. Ani Malachi. Thank you very, very much, Chairwoman Ober, and to the rest of the committee. Am I beginning now or
You
was there?
are.
Okay,
It's up. We have your
great.
handouts, and for the two people at home, it's up on the LBA website. So we appreciate you being with us. I understand you have a committee meeting of your own at 1:30, so we're going to try to be quick, efficient, and get you out on your schedule. And thank you for coming.
Excellent. Thank you very much for this opportunity to be before you today. Also, just as an aside, Kathy Carr from the Department of Justice may also chime in or tune in here in case there's some additional assistance I might need. With this being my second budget hearing, still a little new, but as you may or may not know, as of fiscal year 2020, the Human Rights Commission is administratively attached to the Department of Justice. So there's some back of house items that they provide coverage for us.
Okay, I just moved Kathy Carr over, so if you need to talk to her, she is with you.
Excellent. Thank you. So I'll just take a few minutes here and talk about who we are as a commission and what we do so that everyone, so that we're all on the same page here. Just by way of a little history, the Human Rights Commission was established in 1965 by RSA 354-A for the purpose of eliminating discrimination in the areas of employment, housing, public accommodation, and in education more recently. The commission is comprised of 7 volunteer commissioners who provide oversight and make decisions on charges of discrimination. Each commissioner is appointed by the governor with the consent of the executive council for a term of 5 years, unless someone is filling in for someone else's term and they complete that term, and then there would be a renomination should that person decide to continue on with the commission. In a nutshell, what we do is the commission has the power to receive, investigate, and pass upon complaints of illegal discrimination and to engage in research, education, and community outreach, so designated to prevent discrimination as it states in our statute. In addition to the authority vested in the commission by RSA 354-A to enforce New Hampshire's laws against discrimination, the commission also partners with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, also known as the EEOC, to enforce federal laws prohibiting discrimination in employment as well. And we have a small office of, we may be at 9 right now, so we're certainly here to discuss that, a little bit of information. And one of the things that, a couple of things that we are looking for in this new budget that are listed as our prioritized needs is to reinstitute the funding for our administrative assistant, to reinstitute funding for one other part-time position, and that would become an intake coordinator that helps us in bringing in and doing just the initial, we could say investigation, but the initial conversation with someone who is potentially filing a charge of investigation. Funds for our DOIT shared costs, and on the way on the wish list would be the adding of a brand new position, which would be a person that would be responsible for creating and administering our training program, which we are able to charge fees for and able to bring monies in that go back into the general fund. So with that, I conclude my initial testimony. I do have the answers to the questions that you posed, and I am ready to move through that as you all would like. Thank you.
I think you covered the first 3 questions. You don't have any new full staff, and 2 positions were unfunded. So you did that very nicely in your initial, and you gave us a description of what they do, including the part-time intake coordinator. Did you speak to the DOIT item?
I did not.
Question 7B.
Yes, bear with me one moment. Usually what DOIT will do for us is to assist the commission with a variety of items that we should either update or make changes on as time goes on. And what they have for us in our prioritized needs, at the majority of it is just to fund our shared costs for DOIT. So there wasn't anything more specific than that.
Okay. All right, so your budget starts on page 322, goes till the end of 323, and basically, as you testified, you're using slightly fewer general fund dollars because you have unfunded positions. And you did that to meet the requirements basically of the pandemic that the governor had to respond to. Questions of the committee for Ms. Malachi? Representative Walls.
Thank you very much. I have several questions, actually. I ask, so what percentage of your money is general funds, and how much of a general fund cut did you have to take?
So the percentage, we are about 85% general funds. And so the balance of that is helped with our contract with the EEOC, so roughly 15%. And, I don't have the specific percentage relative to the quote unquote cuts. I mean, we just didn't hire a couple of people back. So we didn't certainly have to let anyone go, which at the very least is good.
That was another question I would have had, so thank you.
Oh, okay.
If we were to level fund you, how much more would you need?
So I would
If you
need-
look, Mary Beth,
Yep.
at the bottom of page 323,
It's
she had
there.
adjusted authorized $813,747 in fiscal 2021, which we're in. In 2022, she's at $765 and $157,000. But in 2023, she goes back up slightly above the adjusted authorized for 2021. You see that at the bottom of page 323 in your general funds?
Okay, I do. Source of funds? 23. All right, I'll come back to that. And I have one more question while I have the floor. And that is, in your answers to your questions, you say that we should eliminate, let me find the exact wording. So I thought that we should suspend some things because we're not funding it. Am I misreading that? Am I quick read here?
I think you're referring to, thank you for the question, Representative Walsh. I believe you're referring to question number 5, which was in response to, it
Yeah.
was the next part of 4. I'm not suggesting that any laws should be suspended. I think the only thing, one of the things in our statute is relative to the time frame for us. And I would potentially think that's what you're specifically referring to, or what the question is referring to. I don't think any laws should be suspended.
Well, that was it. If anything needed to be suspended, my question was what? That's all.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Thank you for the follow-up and the clarification. No, I don't believe anything should be suspended.
Thank you. That's my questions, Madam Chairman.
Representative Burge.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for your presentation. Just a quick question. On the bottom of page 323, under estimated source of funds for enforcement, 009 agency income. Could you clarify on that as to you're not getting any more income and what type of income that was, please?
Certainly. The income that we generate, it's 2 things. So I'm not including federal funds. What that line specifically speaks to is training that we provide. And when we provide training, we do get paid for that training. And the other source of income is if people are in need of duplicate copies of their files for any reason, we provide no cost up to a certain number of pages. And then after that, there is an administrative fee and a fee per page for the duplication. And then there would be, money paid to the commission, but certainly when it's deposited, all of that goes back into the general fund.
Follow up.
Yeah, oh, sorry, thank you for that. You mentioned training, and there's no funds for training. Given the importance of your department, why haven't you allocated funds for training in the future?
Oh, I apologize. And thank you for the question and for the follow-up. The zeros there are the income. So it's stating what that's showing is that we're not projecting that we are going to do X number of training. So it's not training for us, it's training that we provide. If any agency, any businesses contact us for training, we certainly will make training available. And sometimes it is a part of a mediation, or it could be a part of the closing of a case that a business or an individual may need a variety of trainings. I mean, the majority of what we provide is sexual harassment training. And so with that being said, if someone reaches out to us and requires training, we will absolutely provide that. And then that will come, that the finances for that or the pay for that will come in. However, we're not actively attaching a dollar amount that we're going to do X number of trainings, which is why that line is at 0. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you for that clarification. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Representative Walls, is your hand back up or did you not take it down? Okay,
I didn't take it down. I apologize again.
that's okay. I just want to be sure you got to ask all your questions. No
I
problem.
did. I appreciate it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions? Ms. Malachi, thank you for coming. You are done. We appreciate you coming and we appreciate you being so well prepared. And now you can go on to, you have a little brief pause before
Right.
your next meeting.
Just a skosh. I appreciate all of the questions and thank you very much, Chairwoman Ober, and you all have an amazing day. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I think we could approve this budget. Representative Emmerich moves to approve the Human Rights Commission budget as presented by the governor, and Representative Griffin seconds. Is there any discussion to the motion? Seeing none. The motion on the floor is to approve the Human Rights Commission budget as presented. When the clerk calls the roll, if you're in favor, please say yes. If you are against, please say no.
Okay, Madam Chairman,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Emmerich. Yes. The clerk votes yes. Representative Griffin. Yes. Representative Leishman. Yes. Representative Hatch.
Yes.
Representative Walls.
Yes.
Okay, affirmative 7-0.
The motion is approved unanimously. I'd like to ask the division members to turn to page 26 in HB2, specifically item 56. This is the Department of Corrections Transfer Authority that allows them to transfer money from certain classes into their overtime line if needed as the biennium goes on. As you know, Commissioner Helen Hanks spoke to that when she was here. They asked to have it in. It is in. We did not discuss it at the time. Is there any discussion on this item?
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, I've got page 26, but can you tell me which number again, please?
56.
Thank you very much.
2 6s in a row. Sounds like the same thing almost.
Thank you.
Representative Emmerich moves to adopt section 56 of HB2. Representative Leishman seconds. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none on the motion to adopt section 56. In HB2, when the clerk calls your name, if you're in favor, please say yes. If you're opposed, please say no.
Okay, Madam Chairman,
Yes.
Vice Chairman? Yes. The clerk votes yes. Representative Griffin? Yes. Representative Houston? Yes. Representative Hatch?
I think you're muted.
Sorry, yes.
Okay, we're having a hard time hearing again suddenly, partway through the roll call.
Representative Walls? I'm sorry, Representative Walls?
Yes, now I can hear you and the vote is yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you.
Section 56 is unanimously adopted. I would like to ask members of the division to please turn to page 40. And this time it is section 75. This is the section that provides a grant for $250,000 in the first fiscal year and $250,000 in the second fiscal year to the New Hampshire Internet Crimes Against Children Fund. This is a pass-through grant that, as we heard when DOJ was here, is given to the Portsmouth Police Department. They have been in charge of this effort in conjunction with the state's attorney general and counties. They work across the state for several years. This is another one of those efforts where the language says the governor is authorized to draw a warrant for said sums out of any money in the treasury not otherwise appropriated. Representative Leishman moves approval of section 75.
Second,
Representative Hatch seconds. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. If you're in favor of the motion to approve section 75, when your name is called, please say yes. If not, please say no.
Madam Chairman,
Yes.
Vice Chairman? Yes. Clerk, sorry, the clerk votes yes. Representative Griffin?
Yes.
Representative Leishman?
Yes.
Representative Hatch?
yes.
Representative Walls?
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously. I do not have any other things in the budget I want to address right now. I think Representative Leishman is working on an amendment for a section. I've seen a draft. You don't have that with you, do you, Peter?
Nancy, is that ready yet?
You're talking about section 9? Yes.
Yes.
I sent it to you, but you had a question that I have not gotten an answer to. So I don't know if you want to hold off on that or not.
Yeah, we can hold off then.
Okay.
Thanks.
He is not ready. He's waiting for his answer. It is my understanding that the public hearing on HB1 is going to be held on March 16th. I do not have all the details of that, but that is my understanding of what has been proposed and is going to come forward. We have a full day starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. If nobody has any additional items at this time, we will be in adjournment. Mr. Hoffman, if you're over in the State House, can you come up for a minute?
Yes, I was having trouble unmuting myself. I'll be right over.
Yeah, well, we all resemble that, so thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much for your work today, ladies and gentlemen, and we're in adjournment.